Hi, I think we're live again. The last video was live and then cut out for a minute, and it was awkward after when I watched it, but we're going live, so. Hi, it's before midnight. I just got home from work. I waitress at night sometimes, which, sometimes for a while I thought that sucked, but it doesn't suck. I just watched an interview. Two of my fave peeps. Marie Forleo is a great blogger, and she does a lot of stuff around marketing. And she waitressed and had side hustles for like 7 years while she was building her business. And she was on Oprah last year. So, and then Damien something. He ran the clothing company FUBU, and now he's on Shark Tank. He worked at Red Lobster for like 7 years when he was starting FUBU. So big ups to cash in your hand every night. That's nice. But I took some photos today and some videos, but I don't have time to edit them before the end of the day. So we'll get a little bit better about editing on time. But here we are, we're live, a day 2. So what are the 3 things I did today? I definitely did my 3 pages. The 3 things I did, see if I can remember them. So I gotta write them down. I sold a pair of boots that hurt my feet for $30. It's money sitting in my closet. I donated everything that's the color gray because I don't like wearing the color gray. That's it. And then, what was my other thing? I gave myself a pedicure. You know, when you're like, because what I was doing? I was watching Oprah, and I was like, for the 400th time in like a week, I was like, I really need to either go get a pedicure or just take care of this business and make myself pretty. And I just did it instead of thinking about it. So I paused the video. I gave myself a pedicure. Now it's not on my mind anymore. So I think I titled this video, "You Can Change Your Mind Whenever You Want," because I mentioned that in another video. But here's why. Because I was doing my 3 pages this morning. I was writing 3 pages. I write 3 pages by hand. Actually, my practice is that I do it right away in the morning. It's like first thing. I wake up in the morning and I smile because I have the opportunity to make coffee. That makes me really happy. And then I write 3 pages. It's very juicy. It's like a juicy morning thing. And it doesn't matter what I have going on. I'll just wake up even earlier to make sure that that gets done. All right. So, but I had some thoughts, and I thought that I would share them here because I think that they would be helpful when you're starting something new. Okay, so I already changed my mind about something. In another video, I cussed a couple of times, and then I threw some attitude about swearing. And you know what? I consider myself a wordsmith and an artist and a writer. And Maya Angelou always says, or said, doesn't always say, says that words carry weight, and they can get into the drapes and in the carpet. And so to be careful about your words. Swearing can sometimes be used as like an extra emphasis on something, but I really think that elegance and class are qualities of character that I value. And so I don't need to swear or like have an attitude about that. That's silly. So I'm probably gonna keep it pretty clean. And just like how they say no to more things, so your yes means more, holds more value. I'm gonna save the cuss words for when it really matters, because I'm not gonna not swear, but save them for when it really matters. Um, Here's stuff that like came up today because I just launched this. I think that whenever you start anything new, I don't know about you, but if you start anything new, all your fears like rise up right away and just shut you down before you even get started. Right. So stuff that I thought about was, um, yeah, all your doubts come when you first start. So, um, yeah, don't swear. I don't really swear. I value elegance and classiness. Also, this was big. This was big. So this whole like taking 3 actions a day, I'm a little bit not into. I don't. That doesn't. I like moving my life forward in feminine ways. One of the and femininity is really important to me. Um, how I define that, we're gonna probably talk about that a lot, and I invite you to have your own opinions. I think that's cool. Um, but I'm more of like a go with the flow kind of person, and like let things come to me. Um, so I was a bit worried that this year-long thing was going to be another task, another thing on the to-do list, and that it was aggressive and like very action oriented, and that it would just be like another thing that felt kind of burny outy. But I also decided that it would be a great practice to continue to have to come back to yourself and ask, in what ways can I integrate how I like to work into this? And also, this is creating something. I like that. Um, I made a bunch of notes here. Basically, kind of just what I wanted to talk about is how when you start something new, all of all of your little gremlins are going to rise to the top. You're not going to stick with it. You're not going to finish. It's dumb. What's the purpose? Um, you're a perfectionist, so you're going to grind into oblivion with wanting to make great videos. Um, I really appreciate that I just went live in my pajamas with bad lighting. I really appreciate that I showing up at midnight um, after my shift to do day 2. And um, I was a little bit more on fire about it this morning after I got done writing. I had like more things to say, but I didn't hadn't finished my 3 things. I don't know if that's going to matter um, to me, or if I can monologue a little bit and do some of that stuff and then edit in the videos. But yeah, I want to keep this really balanced. I don't want it to just be like all about linear what you're doing all the time. But you teach the world how to treat you. And I've I've had this practice of doing 3 things that kind of move things forward for yourself for a while on my own, and why I wanted to launch it with and maybe do it in public and have other people follow is um, it just kind of keeps the focus on what you're doing in the world, and if it's adding value to yourself and to others. um, I think I'll go live next time when I really feel like going live instead of feeling like I have to get it in on time. Probably my main messages for today were, or what I really thought about this morning a lot was, all the stuff that comes up right away. Whenever you do something really creative and you go like I do, and I've heard other artists talk about that, whenever they create something big or they put something really meaningful out into the world, that's really like a big piece of themselves, especially if you're kind of an introvert. Um, you have like massive contraction afterwards. Like whenever there's like a big whoop, then the pendulum swings or the contraction comes, and then you go inside and you're like, what? This is probably dumb and everybody hates it. And you're never gonna last a year. I mean, like all this stuff came right away. So I'm gonna go live more when I'm like feeling it, and that might be at random times a day, and I probably won't have my 3 things accomplished like already, you know. But my pages will probably be written, and that's usually what sparks wanting to get on here and and talk. Um, so all your gremlins come, and big message about you can change your mind. So last night and this morning, I was like, you don't really have to swear though, and you don't really have to have like an attitude about it. I just want everybody to really, really, really know that you can change your mind whenever you want. I was watching an interview on a late show of I think she was a congresswoman of Hawaii, or something like that. But can you imagine? She ran her friends and family, her community, her state. She ran as a Republican, and has been working as a Republican for a long time, and changed her mind. She's changed her mind after all of that and all of those years. Change your mind. You can change your mind whenever you want. I think that it is really dangerous when you get, it can just keep you really stuck when you, also, I can be a little bit non committal because of the fear that I'm um, subscribing to a thought, subscribing to an idea, subscribing to a party, subscribing to a group think freaks me out. Um, And so it is incredibly empowering. I think everybody should get taught that really young. You can change your mind whenever you want. That's allowed, uh, because you're just going to evolve and grow and hear from other people. And sometimes it's just not going to sit well with you anymore, whatever it's going on. The other example that I had thought of this afternoon about changing your mind whenever you want is, um, there was a chick, I don't remember her name right now, and I think it was Fast Food Nation. She did a documentary, Fast Food Nation, a long time ago, 10 years ago, maybe now. And she made an entire, like, multi-million dollar career out of being a vegan. And for several years, she had started craving steak and felt really bad about it. And I think she secretly started eating meat, and she had like a gazillion following and was still making movies, writing books, and had a online presence and all this stuff. And could you imagine the identity crisis? Like if somebody, you know, shit's dangerous. Just be like, it's the never and the always and that kind of stuff, like it's good to have strong opinions and being radical. I feel like this is pretty radical, but you can change your mind whenever you want. That's so powerful. It just take the pressure off a little bit too. Like I'm into this. Someday I might not be into it. um, hey, thanks, crew. Um, thanks me for showing up today. Gonna go make some tea or something. Drink some water, chill, read a book, go to bed. But yeah, I'm gonna keep showing up. Okay, I love you guys.